Hey Canucks fans, when the season starts, do you anticipate the team carrying 2 extra forwards and 1 extra D, or 1 extra forward and 2 extra D? I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCBC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and there's my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, September the 15th. It's Sunday, so I got my Seahawks shirt on. I'm about to leave in a couple hours to go MC a wedding out in Abbotsford. I'm excited about that. And of course, the Vancouver Canucks are wrapping up their training camp. Apparently, so far, Elias Pettersson put on a show once again. Beautiful pass, 2-zone pass to Michael Furlan. Forsberg-like shootout goal. We know that he's been signing autographs for everyone, no matter how long it takes. Really, really cool story there. And just Pettersson showing why he's so popular, why he's so likable, and his leadership as well. I'm not saying Pettersson should be the captain over Horvat. I'm just saying it's great to see one of our youngest players, our Rookie of the Year last year, showing that type of leadership and awareness. Okay, as we look ahead to preseason games, as we look ahead to the regular season starting, I'm thinking about what the roster is going to look like. And today I'm not going to spend a lot of time breaking down line combinations and D pairings. I've done that before. We have a lot of time to do that over the next 2.5 weeks. But I will talk about the actual roster size. For an NHL game, you're allowed to have an active roster of 23 players. And that means 20 guys dress, 12 forwards, 6 D, and 2 goalies. And then you have 3 extra spots. Those are what you traditionally call your healthy scratches. Those are the guys who dress in their suits, nice suits, and watch the game from the press box. So every team gets 3 healthy scratches for a game if you're fully healthy. And usually you don't carry an extra goalie. There's no point carrying 3 goalies. So it's usually either 2 forwards and 1 D, or it's 1 forward and 2 D. And last year, the Canucks went with the 1 forward, 2 D. When the season started last year, they had Tim Schaller as a healthy scratch forward, and then 2 D-men, Ben Hutton and Alex Biega. So I was thinking about what's going to happen this year when the Canucks start off their season. And I can make arguments for both. I can make arguments for 2 forwards, 1 D, and I can make arguments for 1 forward, 2 D. Let's look at both, and you tell me what you think. If you go with the 2 forward, 1 D, you could say, okay, on D, we know that the top 6, no matter what order it is, no matter who plays with who, we know it's going to be Edler, Hughes, Ben, Myers, Tanev, and Stetcher. That's the top 6 for sure. Then it's going to be a battle, whether it's 1 or 2 spots, between Oscar Fantenberg and Alex Biega, who are, not coincidentally, I think, fittingly, playing together during this training camp. So you got Fantenberg, you got Biega, Olli Juolevi, outside chance, but Juolevi will likely start in Utica. So let's say it's between Biega and Fantenberg. You take one of those guys as your extra. The other guy goes to Utica. So that's if we go 1D, 2 forwards. And if you go 1D, 2 forwards, we know that there's about 15 forwards vying for 12 spots. Let's presume for the sake of this video and for my sanity that Brock Boeser does sign and starts the season with the Canucks. So you know you have Boeser, Pettersson, Horvat, Pearson, Miller, and Furlan. Those 6 for sure. Then the bottom 6, you think that Sutter and Beagle are going to be there for sure. So that's 8 already. And then the other 7 spots are some combination of Goldie, Berchi, Virtanen, Levo, Mott, Schaller, Eriksson. And that's not including Anton Roussel. So if it was Roussel, it would be 16 forwards. But without Roussel, who starts on the IR, there's 15 forwards, 7 of those guys that I just mentioned. 15 forwards going for 12 spots. So if you take 2 forwards, 2 extra forwards, you only have to make a decision on 1 guy as opposed to 2 guys. And then you have more flexibility when it comes to the matchups and your combinations depending on who you're playing against. So that would be the safer way. The 2 forwards and the 1D gives you more flexibility. However, if there's a salary cap crunch a little bit, and depending on who goes down, if it's Eriksson or Schaller, you could argue that it's actually going to be cheaper to keep the 2D and the 1 forward. Because Fantenberg makes less than $1 million, because Biega makes less than $1 million, you could actually keep those 2 guys up here for less than $2 million combined. Whereas if you keep Eriksson and or Schaller, or depending on who goes down, only a couple of those guys have a couple of those forwards have contracts that are cheaper than $1 million. So if you keep Eriksson up here, that's $6 million. If you keep Schaller up here, that's $1.9 million. Whereas if you send them down, you save about $1 million each on cap space on those guys. So depending on the Boeser deal, depending on some other moves or other roster moves, the Canucks might not have a choice but to send more forwards down to free up more salary cap space. Because like I said, it would be cheaper to keep the extra D-men around than 1 or 2 extra forwards. So I think that's really what we're looking at. Of course, they're looking at line combinations. They're looking at matchups. They're looking at deep pairings. But they're probably also looking at salary. And if that was the case, then you keep 2 extra D-men and 1 extra forward. If you want more flexibility, you keep 2 extra forwards and 1 extra D-men. So it's just some food for thought. We have a lot of time to talk about line combinations, D pairings, and all those things over the next 2.5 weeks. But for today, I just want to leave that with you, Canucks fans. What's your guess? How do you think the Canucks will start the season with their 23 guys? Do you think it's the healthy scratches, the 3 healthy scratches? Do you anticipate to be 2 forward, 1 D, or 1 forward, 2 D? Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you think. You can even guess who those extra 3 guys are going to be. But let's create some discussion, and we'll have a lot of time to talk about this as we get through the preseason. Leave a comment below, 2 forward, 1 D, or 1 forward, 2 D, and which 3 guys is it going to be? So leave a comment. I love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Enjoy the day. God bless. Go Canucks go.